I decided, okay, why wouldn't I do this? Why can't I do this? So I shipped a lot of stuff back home when I was traveling. Oh. So I distributed it, and that motivated me a lot to start helping others. That's the main focus because of the condition we are facing right now. The governors and the president only cares about their pocket.
Okay, we'll come to that. Mr. Innocent Chia.
Yes.
Wonderful gentleman. I spoke with you a couple of times, and I definitely understand your passion for your people. A little background about Mr. Chia here. Mr. Chia is the director of communications at MORISC. Morisk.
Yes.
He lives with his family in the Chicagoland area and manages a family-owned non-emergency medical transportation business. Between 2012 to 2015, Mr. Chia worked as proposals account manager at International Business Machines (IBM) in Dubuque,
Iowa. Sorry about
Prior to it, no worries.
Okay.
It's mine. I have to learn to pronounce these words. They sound francophone. They sound French.
It is actually.
Is it francophone?
Yeah,
right? Okay.
it is
good,
French.
Good. I will have to take some French lessons. Prior to this stint at Dubuque, he was involved in several startups in the health industry as owner-operator, which also, and as owner-operator. Mr. Chia is also the editor of www.duniamagazine.com, a magazine that focuses on human culture as a cornerstone without I'm going to miss this, okay, because I can see it well. Dunia is headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. Until 2015, Innocent Chia published his own blog, The Chia Report, focused on politics in Cameroon. Mr. Innocent focuses more on Twitter these days and believes in the power of 140 characters to rapidly bring information where it is needed. Mr. Innocent Chia graduated with a master's in journalism from University of Wisconsin in Madison in 2000. He attended the University of Yaoundé in Cameroon between 1992 and 1995, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts from the Advanced School of Journalism and Mass Communication. He attended primary through high school in both the English and French regions of what is known as Cameroon, right? And living up close the subjugation of English system of education by the majority French nation. He graduated from the School of Journalism in 1995, where he was hired as a reporter with a state-run television, Cameroon Radio and Television, which was a monopoly at the time. Starting off in sports desk as a sports reporter and sports cashier, he was eventually transferred to the English news as an investigator reporter in 1998. He left the country in 1999 for further studies in the U.S. and only returned for bereavement. He's known as a long-standing critic of the government of Paul Biya, and has never doubted the right to self-determination of Southern Cameroonians. On his downtime, Innocent loves reading, writing, telling stories, sharing the word of God. Innocent is known to be a barbecue master. Wow, okay. Now we know who to call.
That's a long introduction.
Yeah, that's a great man. Now we know who to call when we're having barbecue during summer.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
We'll start with the lady, okay? Give us the history of the Biafra story.
Okay. The Biafra was in existence before Nigeria, before the British came, and after they colonized us. So they just, brought everybody together and force our, like you have to, it's just like they brought something that we are not even interested. So they brought everybody together and merged everybody together where we are not supposed to be together, as you can see what is going on right now. Since 1960, after the First World War, and Biafrans, we lost a lot of life. They killed us, they massacred us. It's not even, when you go to the history, it's even more than what they put out there. That is what happened to Biafrans. Okay. So right now, like when you go to Nigeria, they regard us as not even as third-class citizens, as even fourth-class citizens. They don't recognize us. We are one of the most educated people in Nigeria. Okay. The Igbos, we are we are the most educated people among the Nigerians.
Okay, among the ethnic groups.
Ethnic groups in Nigeria, because the way they divided it, we are like 3 tribes in Nigeria. So we, the Igbos, if you go the statistics out there, because after the end of the war, War, what they did was to seize all our property, and they issued every...
Who seized it?
The government, Nigerian government.
Okay.
We call them the zoo, because people that live there are like they're animals.
In Biafra land?
Yeah, no, the Nigeria themselves.
Okay.
The way they treat people is like people that live in the zoo. So that's how we describe them, because that's how they behave. So the zoo themselves, which is Nigeria, they offered each individual from Igbo land £20 alone to begin their lives.
Which was some years ago.
Which was like back in 1960, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So after that, we work so hard to get to where we are right now. So what they do actually, like Igbos, we've been marginalized all over the world. Like, they made it in a way that there's no stable electricity in the southeast, which is the Igbos. You cannot invest nothing there. You cannot keep anything running. So you must bring it to the north. So all Igbos has moved to north, southwest, and all the places. So if anything happened, they will give us quick notice. Oh, we want you guys to leave, and they will start destroying our properties. I'm talking about Hausa, Fulani henchmen, Hausa in general.
Okay, so there, you said the tribes, the major tribes in Nigeria are three. Major ethnic groups.
Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbos.
Which one is the most populated or most dominant tribe in Nigeria among these three?
Okay, I'm gonna say Igbos actually.
Igbos are the most dominant.
Yes, because
but they are the ones that are suffering what we will say maybe that are going through subjection.
Exactly.
Okay. Even though they are the most predominant population, indigenous ethnic group, they are the ones going through it.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Mr. Chia.
Yes.
Tell us the history of the struggle of the South Cameroonians.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The history of our struggle is pretty much a replica of what happens with Biafra people. Starts about 1960.
Exactly.
When, La République du Cameroon, which is the French-speaking part of Cameroon, obtains her independence on the 1st of January 1960.
Okay.
The League of Nations had asked after the war that every country had to have self-determination, had to be issued independence.
Which war are you talking about?
We're talking about the Second World War now, where Germany lost to the Allies.
Okay, so we can be specific. Because we know there was some wars in Nigeria, in Cameroon itself.
Yeah.
But I want to be specific which war you're talking about.
No, so this is what I'm talking about. So there was the League of Nations that decides after World War II that every nation, all the colonial states, all the colonies must be granted independence. And so at this point in time, you discover most African states start having independence in the late 50s, early 60s, and all of that.
Right.
And so La République du Cameroon is issued her independence on 1st of January 1960. And Southern Cameroons, which is at the time known as British Southern Cameroons, we are under a protectorate under Britain. Okay. Now, Britain at this point in time has to grant us independence. There is actually a UN resolution 1608, which is voted into effect on the 21st of April 1961, granting us independence. There are actually about 64 countries plus the United States of America that vote to grant us independence. There are some abstentions, including France and others. La République du Cameroon, since it had already gained independence and was a member of the UN, also voted against our independence. You fast forward after that, and there is something that happens where we are expecting to have full independence on the 1st of November 1961, and what happens in between April and 1st of October is something that remains a mystery in history. But the French, the English, and the UN, there is a lot of wrongdoing that takes place, and instead you have a referendum that takes place asking that Southern Cameroonians, which I would call from hence, we now call ourselves Ambazonians after we declared ourselves independent. We restored our independence on the 1st of October 2017. But what happens with us at that point in time is that there is some kind of fraudulent vote that takes place and we are given a choice to either get independent by joining Nigeria or joining La République du Cameroon. Okay? Given the experience that we had before then under Nigeria, we chose that we're going to join with La République du Cameroon as two equal states. Okay? Two equal in everything, equal status. But that is not what happens. Also consider that our leaders at the point in time had begged the British and said, we want a third option. Instead of asking us to be independent either by joining Nigeria or by joining La République du Cameroon, grant us the third option of being independent on our own.
Okay.
The British never granted that. And so there is, from that point in time, in 1961, there is a meeting in Fumban, which is in the French part of the country, and the meeting is to decide on how the constitution will work, how the country will work. They leave that place, as only God alone knows, without really signing that constitution into effect. Okay, but one of Article 47 of that constitution actually said if the form of the state was ever changed, that is from the federal form of two equal states, if that were ever changed at any point in time, it would nullify every other clause of the constitution, every other part of the constitution. That was what was in that. Well, I want to fast track this to 1972. The French discovered that there is oil, that there are a lot of resources in southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, as we call it today, that there are lots of resources there. And they go back to their French puppet, late Amadou Ahidjo, and they say, no, we can't have these people. We can't be going through these people to exploit those resources. So you have to figure out a way to nullify whatever agreement you had.
Okay.
And so they cancel that whatever draft constitution they had in favor of a unitary state. And that is where the trouble really starts for us, this march towards independence. In 1984, one of our leaders, Fon Gorgi Dinka, decides to sue La République du Cameroon because President Paul Biya, who came to power in 1982, decides unilaterally to cancel the name of the state from the United Republic of Cameroon to the Republic of Cameroon. Mind you, Republic of Cameroon was the name that the French section had upon gaining independence on the 1st of January 1960. So by going back on the name, it meant a few things. Either they had completely absolved us, we had become, we did not exist, or they meant that they had seceded from the union that they had with us. Okay? And so the fight starts from then. We have had successive leaders who have tried at the level of the United Nations to bring our plight before the people. But by a force of circumstances, some events that took place late last year, 2016, you had teachers that you had, as a matter of fact, lawyers that started saying, look, how come the laws in the court are not in English? How come our own courts, why can't we speak English? Why do you send us judges? Why do you send us judges that speak French? Why do you, then teachers joined, because there were classrooms where you had French teachers and not English teachers teaching our kids, our English-speaking kids, in French, or sometimes in Pidgin, which we share with Ghana, Nigeria, all. So so they were teaching us in Pidgin English. It was watered down to a total system. You have to understand that this has socio-economic consequences on the life of the state.
Let me come in real quick. You were saying essentially that per the declaration after the World War II,
yes,
the community or the society
the League of Nations,
the League of Nations declared that the South Cameroon, which is what's the name again?
Ambazonia.
The Ambazonians were supposed to have their own independent state.
Yes.
But from what you narrated, it looks as if after the left, there were some conniving or things did not go. Let's say things did not go as planned or as agreed upon.
Yes.
And eventually, the French, who are now what you call the Republic of Cameroon,
yes,
okay, we are the majority, are trying to impose their culture and their way of life on your community, the Ambazonians,
correct,
who are supposed to have their own independence and their own way of life.
That is very accurate.
Excellent. Now we'll come back to you so we can build on that. Oji, you've given us a brief background. I know the Biafra land story is a long, vast.
Yes,
one,
it is.
and we can't go into it because of time. And we know people are ready to call. Listeners, we're going to open the line at 9 p.m. if you don't mind, so we can go into a lot more details of what is going on, because it's a great conversation we're having, and the story is deep. You have the situation. You are from the Biafra land people, and so when did the people of the Biafra land actually decided that, you know what, enough is enough of how we are treated? Now we want a state of our own. At what point in time did the people started to revolt?
Nigeria is like I mentioned earlier. Nigeria is like you're living in the zoo. Like that's why our leader Nande Kanu, started this agitation. We all knew that we are in jeopardy. But if you raise your voice, or if you want to speak against all this government, they will silence you, they will kill you. There is no place for you to stand up and speak against this. Even some of the governors, some of our senators, is not dancing to their tunes. Because you know why? You cannot speak loud, because if you speak anything, they will use something against you and kill you. So we know that we've been in jeopardy for a long time.
Okay.
So not that we don't know that, because there is a lot of signs. We are the most educated people, like I told you earlier.
The Igbo people.
The Igbo people. Yes.
The
Biafran people. The Biafran themselves. We are one of the most educated people in Nigeria.
Okay.
So let's assume, right, Hausas, they are not educated.
Okay.
Now they are the ones that are holding power for over 40 years now.
How does that happen?
How does that?
That's a topic.
Exactly.
We'll have that topic later. We'll have that discussion later.
They are the one. So we've been marginalized in different ways.
Okay.
They've been maltreating us. Anything about Igbo, I don't know. It gives them nightmare.
Okay.
So the thing is that let's assume that I graduated from school with let's assume 300 and some point. Hausa that graduated with 50 points will get a better position than me. You see what I'm saying? If let's assume that anything that started happening in North, they will start destroying Igbo's property instantly.
Okay.
Which is the Biafrans,
And you mean this has been going on for years?
This has been going on for years. But our people majority of us are 98% are Christians. Christians with all this religion, they believe that you're not supposed to fight, you're not supposed to gain your rights by any violence, leave everything to God. So the religion has really destroyed our people. So at a point in time, our leader Nande Kanu decided to start this Radio Biafra and start letting everybody know, see, this is our time. We need to stand up. We need to stand up for our rights. Enough is enough. So they start this and start saying that enough is enough, that we should stand and defend what belongs to us.
Okay.
And the oil come from southeast.
I was going to ask
start from southeast, where we come from. So, and Hausa is ruining us. We don't have free education. Hausa has free education in Nigeria. Yes. So the Northerners has free education. Even the disabled people that are based in Northerners, they receive allowances every month.
So is there a law in Nigeria that if you are from the Biafra land, or if you bear an Igbo name, then you are barred from gaining government subsidies like education, free education, and all these things? Is there a law?
There is no law, but they are doing it.
Okay.
So
they're blatantly discriminating against the people who bear the Biafra name, like the Igbo name.
Exactly. Like, okay, in 2015, let me go back. In 2015, in Southwest, there's this radio, this audio that came out. The two governors, they were discussing, they never knew that people would tap it and start, spreading it all over. So they were discussing how they plan to destroy all Igbos. Not even only to destroy Igbo, they have stopped giving Igbos license to import drugs because we are the entrepreneurs in Nigeria.
Right.
You know, we make the economy in Nigeria to grow higher. Everywhere you go is all about Igbos.
Because even the movies
is Igbo. Anything, everywhere you go is all about Igbos.
You know, it's interesting. I didn't mean to cut you, but it's interesting what you're saying because the folks from us, even folks from Africa, West Africa, okay, we see Nigeria and we think, oh, the Igbos must be the most well-off people because all the movies we see, you know, great art, you know, all like the musicians, and they are Igbo people.
Yeah, exactly.
So the assumption is that you guys are doing well, but contrary to that, that is not the case at all.
No, we are not doing. Let me tell you. See, the Hausas, when you go to custom, they almost 80% of Hausas are in custom. When you go to police, almost 80% of Hausas are in police. When you go to army, is Hausas. You see what I'm saying?
How about the oil industry?
No, we don't have anything.
So the people for the north
controls everything. You see,
and the gas industry and all
even
that.
our president now, all his cabinet, 80% are from Hausas. That is why when you look into it, when they call one Nigeria, it sounds so ridiculous because we are not one Nigeria. In all ratification, you look at it very well. There is no way you're gonna say these people are treating us fairly. So now we said, okay, we are over 70 million Biafrans. Now we want our freedom. Let us control our wealth.
Okay.
Let us control, you know, our people. When you go to East, there is no good road. There is nothing. You know what I mean? So we are suffering. They are using our money against us.
So the Biafra land covers the eastern and southeast part
yes,
of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the rest belongs to the Yoruba and then the
north. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
We'll come to that. We'll come to what you want to achieve and how your struggle, how far your struggle has gone to, like what improvements you have made, not just you but the Biafra land people, and then the leader of your
leader Nnamdi Kanu.
What the strive he has made so far.
Okay.
Mr. Chia,
yes.
Can you please elaborate? You were telling us about how the French is trying to impose their culture on you all, and so now there's a revolt, right? I mean, you guys are revolting to that, and you were strongly pushing for your independence,
correct,
so you can control your own destiny.
Yes.
Now, who controls which parts of Cameroon holds most of the natural resources in Cameroon?
Wow, that's a deep and very interesting question because it goes right to the crux of the problem, why we are being held on to. I studied mostly with French-speaking Cameroonians, and so in class forums, social media, I have done this test of asking them, why is it that you want us to stay here? Why do you want us in this union? Because she's speaking about the one and indivisible Cameroon, and you could just transpose that to Cameroon, right? Or Nigeria. We that's the same lexicon that they use, a one and indivisible Cameroon. And we say, yes, you are one and indivisible in your part, and we are also one and indivisible in our own part.
Okay.
The fact of it is that, to your question, that over 60% of the natural resources come from our part of the country, yet we receive less than the two regions combined, the northwest region and the southwest region, or which we call now, Ambazonia State. They have less than 10% of anything coming back to them.
The national revenue.
Yes, national revenue when you combine. Although they have more than 60% of what is produced.
Only 10% comes to the Ambazonians.
Yes, probably less than 10%.
Exactly.
Okay, everything that she said about Biafra happens with us. And we have gone past these issues of marginalization. Although those issues of marginalization we can deal with, because you can go to just about any country in the world, pick a country and you will see a marginalized people.
Exactly.
We are talking about our right to self-determination, that it is enshrined in UN documents, that the UN voted overwhelmingly for us to be granted independence. If you look at the number of votes to grant Israel independence, there were 23 votes. Okay, there were 23. Cameroon had Ambazonia had, or Southern Cameroon had 64.
So why don't you have
So why don't we have independence? Has it got to do with the color of our skin? Those are other very serious issues to ask in terms of the implementation of UN resolutions, things that are voted at the UN itself.
But if you talk about the color of the skin, you are the same color of people, though.
No, I'm talking about color of our skins in terms of those who vote these laws at the UN and the implementation of those things.
So are the people who voted for the law responsible for the implementation of the law?
You would think. You would think if the UN says the state of Israel exists, they do everything to enforce that.
But in this case,
you
are not seeing the international body trying to enforce. The international body
is not trying to enforce that, right? And there has been petition after petition. You have seen the loss of lives in the Biafra people, in their thousands. In southern Cameroon, in Ambazonia, you have a rogue regime that is killing our kids, killing our parents, with reckless abandon. You have a government that is party to every international treaty that has decided to disregard everything, and the UN boss Antonio Guterres just last weekend was with Paul Biya receiving a trophy. Whatever the trophy was had Biya, whose country has been at the top of the charts in terms of corruption in the world, did Biya just give him a part of the booty? Those are very serious questions. Are you really why Donald Trump, President Trump of the U.S., has been bashing at the UN because they turned their eye conveniently away from the troubles of the world, which is what they are supposed to be doing. Our university girls are getting raped by the minute. They get dragged into cesspools by unschooled brats called the intervention unit of whatever brigade they call it of the army. They wrap into the intervention units of sorts, and they commit all these crimes using American tax dollars because the U.S. has funded up to this point to the tune of $700 million the fight against Boko Haram.
Yeah.
Cameroon has had a portion of that money come to it, and we have seen
nothing.
U.S. Armored vehicles being sent to our part of the country, and that is what they have used to kill the population. Okay.
Okay. Let's get this straight. Some of the people that are perpetrating the atrocities in the south of Cameroon are doing them by using U.S. provided vehicles.
Yes.
Okay. So we can say that perhaps they are misusing the tools and the logistics that the U.S. have provided the government to work with.
Yes, and the U.S. government has been very clear on that. Let's make no mistake. As a matter of fact, a few months ago, President Trump put a stop to whatever help was getting sent in the way of Cameroon. Okay, because the pictures went viral in terms of resources that were deployed by the U.S. and were being misused. The U.S. policy is clear on that whatever assistance they provide cannot be used for the torture of people.
Right.
And this is exactly what they were doing with it.
And the story of the U.S. soldier that was killed they found his dead body somewhere in Nigeria. He went on a I don't know if you heard of that story. I think the story broke a week or two ago.
I think it was Benin.
It was Benin.
It was Benin.
It was Benin.
It was a village somewhere
in Nigeria.
Yes.
Were they sent on a mission in Nigeria and he ended up in Benin, or they were sent to a mission in Benin? Because it looks like the area that he was founding sounded like a village in area, but maybe I stand for correction. And
before open the lines.
Okay, so I'm not stating for a fact that that's what happens, and I've been corrected that that was in Nigeria, that was in Benin. Okay, so the line is buzzing.
It was Niger.
Yeah. Okay. You know, sometimes when they write Niger, it confuses.
It gets complicated. Yeah, it gets confusing.
Okay,
yeah.
So my apologies for that. Well, the line is buzzing. We're going to be opening it. before you continue, let me read a few of the Facebook comments,
Okay.
and then we'll come to Oge. Okay.
Okay.
And Joseph Okonko says, Oge, please, I don't want you to be distracted by those rogue people who are saying whether you are a member of IPOP. Please, you are doing a great job for Biafra, and history is recording it.
Thank you.
So you have a supporter right there. And then Favor Angel is saying, yes, we are the most educated and smartest people in Nigeria. And then Peace Chiogu says, beautiful. Catherine Free Mfomangum says, Amazonian, Amberland.
Yes.
That's the nickname for Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, Amberland. I like that.
Hi,
And,
Catherine.
Innocent says hi. And then Catherine again says the Amazonian, formerly British Southern Cameroons, declared that restoration of her independence on October 1st, 2017. Amberlanders are now focused on actualizing the independence and are boldly seeking her rightful seat in UN and AU on April 21st. There's more to her. Oh, I'm gonna have to read this.
She wrote a lot.
She wrote a lot. Okay, I'll just read it for her. She's a wonderful listener, so I'll just go ahead and read it for her. On April 21st, 1961, the UN voted for the declaration for the independence of British Southern Cameroonians. So Resolution 1608. But before, instead of letting the people govern themselves, they were asked to either get the independence by joining Nigeria or joining the Republic of Cameroon. Amazonians joined LRC. What's that?
La République du Cameroun.
Okay. As two independent states equal in status. Mind you, the third option was stolen from us because after the end of the war, Britain, the then colonial master, saw British Southern Cameroons as a burden. Hence, quick handling over to the Republic of Cameroon. Okay.
Right.
Pakwesi is listening to us. Pakwesi, big up my senior brother, my president. Emeka Samuel says, Biafra is my hope. Well, there's a lot of support for this. The comments are a lot. Listener, I may not be able to go into all of it because of time. We're going to be going back to them now. Okay, can you establish? Help us establish the relationship between. Looks like there's some common relationship between the Biafra land people and the Amazonians.
Exactly.
What is there any history there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we used to be one country before like I told you, before the British came and divided us.
Okay. Oh,
we're
so that's what
supposed to be one, like we call it one family.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
before they came, because these people came to destroy us. Because the British,
okay,
they saw some potential in Igbos. You know, they said, no, this is the way that they're gonna destroy the Igbos. I mean, I'm telling you the truth, because if you read our history, Igbos are the most smartest people in Nigeria. Okay. You know, so like I was saying, okay, let me bring you back if maybe you didn't remember to ask me this question. Our leader Kanu, you know, is the Nigerian government, the zoo themselves, they charge him for treason. So he's supposed to go to court on October 17th. You understand what I mean? So they invented in our leader Kanu residence, they killed over 300 Biafrans. They killed, not even only over 300, it may be more than that, because right now they are still bringing dead bodies out of the, was
it mass grave?
Yeah, they buried them, they killed them in a mass grave. As I'm talking to you now, we are still looking for our leader, Kanu. We don't know his whereabouts.
Are you kidding me?
They kidnapped him till death. We don't know where he is. This is somebody that is still waiting for the October 17th. To go to court. Now, the equipment they
bought. What did they arrest him for?
They arrest him for treason.
That he wanted, okay.
You know? So, but okay, he's waiting for his trial. So and the soldiers, whatever they send to East, is not supposed to handle this kind of problem. The police are there. If you have any confrontation, if you want to settle any problem, all they should have done is to send the police to come and arrest him. You know, we've been agitating peacefully. Okay. Go to our record and you'll see. We are on YouTube everywhere. You know, now all of a sudden they label us that we are a terrorist group. People that are agitating peacefully. Okay, they forget to label Hausa Fulani henchmen that always go to Enugu East. Where south and southeast, because south they are also Biafrans. These are the military people that are from Patakot area. So this Hausa Fulani henchmen, They are the one that manages all these cartel people, you know.
Yeah,
headsmen. They invented our farmland. They destroyed our farmland. They killed our women. They rape pregnant women. They kill pregnant women. Still, our presidents have never for one day come and address the nation because he is from Hausa Fulani henchmen. So you see that the injustice is everywhere. They are not treating us right. And they are trying to label the peaceful protest, which is Biafrans, as a terrorist. So you can see that there is no way we are one Nigeria. All we are asking for, we are not asking for war. We are not agitating for war. All we want Nigerian government is just to give us a referendum.
So if that doesn't happen, who is going to help you do that? If the Nigerian government is not going to help you, do you have the international body involved in this struggle? Exactly.
Right now, as I'm talking to you, we have a very strong lawyer here. We have our IPOP location here, Bruce Fenn.
In Chicago.
In the lawyer in Chicago. Bruce Fenn is the one handling our case as I speak to you right now. And right now we have sued Buhari and the Brutad, which is the armies that they sent to go and kill thousands of people in our leader Nnamdi Kanu residence. So right now we are moving forward, but we still need international bodies to get involved. Like our brother said, that the UN, they are not doing enough. You know, there's many people that are going through this problem. Our president has committed genocide over and over again. You know,
well, you are alleging because we don't have proof.
No, we have proof. I'm telling you, there is nothing like alleging. This is, I'm telling you, this is the evidence are there. Okay. It's not like labeling him. He's a terrorist himself.
And so when it comes to that, you'll be able to prove it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to prove it because the evidence are there. There's nothing to hide. Our president, Muhammad Buhari, is a complete terrorist. He has been terrorizing the Biafrans. He has been killing them. This Hausa Fulani henchmen has murdered our women, killed them, rape them. I'm telling you, this is the evidence that as a president of, okay, imagine like, okay, let's assume Trump. If anything that happened here, Trump will come and address the nation. Our president have never for one day addressed this kind of calamity. Okay. And also, he made a statement I think in last year or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, he made a statement that, that he's not going to represent the 5% that did not vote for him, which is Igbos. Oh. You understand what I mean? To show you that this guy has already mapped a way to destroy all the Igbos. There is no two ways about it. The evidence are there. Okay. You know? So all we are asking for the international bodies to get more involved and give us freedom. That's all we're asking for referendum. Let us vote for our own rights. Let the people decide. The government cannot dictate for us. There are few people. We are the one that, you know, put them on that seat. So all we want is just freedom. They should give us our freedom and we go in peace.
So that you want your own independent land.
Exactly.
Separated from
we want
Nigeria.
Republicans of Biafran. That's all we want.
Okay.
We are no longer the zoo because we don't live in animal. The zoos are the people that live, you know, the animals live in the zoo. Because that's how they treat everybody. You cannot come out and say something and your family will not be threatened. Right. They will kill you. If I'm in the zoo right now, I will not come out and start saying all these things I'm saying because they will monitor me and kill me.
Okay. Listeners, the phone lines are officially opened. It's 773-942-7167. If you want to ask these wonderful people here some questions or contribute to our conversation this evening, please go ahead. 773-942-7167. Looks like we have a caller on the line. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
And I'm calling from Chicago.
Please go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, first I want to talk about the Biafra. You know, the United Nations declared that they are the most brilliant tribe in Africa and also partners of the world. We look at their origin, especially they might be the missing tribe originated from the days of, you know, biblical story because we have the Igbo Jews where they practice effectively. Now, specifically, let's look at how international community operated. During the 69 Biafra uprising, remember Russia intervened and provided arms, guns, and weapons for the Biafras, right? So some of this conflict that go on, it could have been internal thing, but the international body tried to infiltrate infiltrate to produce or based on their benefit they're going to get from it. Now, talking about how the Buhari and this thing, remember the issue of Sergeant Rogers and that of Al-Mustafa, the killing, assassination, and all this thing. There's more to talk about Biafra. If you look at that, there's a lawyer in Chicago called Lawyer Uche who has written a book on weapons of personal destruction on the Biafra issue that happened. Now let's go back to Cameroon and the issue of Cameroon. Remember Biafra, Cameroon, the Bakassi Peninsula, yes, where the oil fight came up and it was awarded to Cameroon. And Paul Biya using that his special unit to terrorize the that of the English Cameroonians is something the world have to deal about. But the only thing that is going to bring a peaceful resolution is when the French depart from Africa. They are interested. You're looking at the Rwanda war and all that. What happened when Rwanda gained got out of this war? They changed their national language from French to English.
Exactly.
And we know how the French they did it also in Ivory Coast. Look at how they whipped away Gbagbo. So they have been intensified. Look at Thomas Sankara, how they were able, anybody that tried to be independent, they will not. They will want to hold you tight.
Exactly.
So that has to do with the issue of Paul Biya and the French and the English side. Okay. Now, about the U.S. soldier that died in Niger. You know, the Chadian army has been one of the forefront battling the Boko Haram. They are the people that could whisk away the Boko Haram. But I see one of Trump's policy, they withdraw because they were banned. They were part of the countries that were banned for entry United States. So when they withdraw, it became very fragile. And we have to be very careful in most of this because one time we have called General James, the Spider. He said on CNN, he said that when it comes to the sub-Saharan black African, it is not a United States priority. And this what happened, that was a mistake they did because the very guys that bombed the Nairobi, U.S. embassies in Nairobi and that of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, they came and were trading diamond with the RUF rebels in Sierra Leone. So how do you call it? The Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, which is a terrorist group that operates over there, has to be something that we have to talk about because Boko Haram started as a what's the name they call it? These groups that are advocacy group against corruption, and they end up taking arms. That wasn't the internal issue. It was the killing of the leader of the Boko Haram that resulted in them picking up arms and also become, terrorist group. So with the issue of Biafra, the French-English in Cameroon, we have to take a critical look at because if we get out of hands, we really it's going to be really bad. Okay. Because the world have actually lost trust in the United Nations. Look at what happened in Syria, and also that of the current UN session meeting, the president of Ghana, Nana Addo. You saw how he addressed them. Okay. That some of these issues have to really be critically examined and looked at. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ben. We are appreciative of your contribution. The lines are still open.
Talk about, but I just want to be brief about it and very timely. So thank you very much, and I'm well concerned about what is going on internally. It is not only about Biafra, Cameroon, but what about the Togo too?
Yes. We invited the Togolese community, and the response was not forthcoming. So, but we are definitely still trying to see if we can get the Togolese community to come and speak on similar issue that is going on at the moment. Before we continue the conversation, a few comments that are coming here. Looks like our followers are really interested in the conversation. And Peace Chego says, my sister, that is a good job. And then Pen Tani says, thank you, Brother Innocent, for the overview with data to show international complicity in our predicament. And then Callistus Ifyenyi Chuku says, okay, God bless you. And the comments they keep coming, and a few of them from Ta Ndo says, the Biafrans have a right to self-determination and a right to freedom. Stay strong and never give up the fight. and a few more. It's a lot of them. I'm trying to be able to go through everyone. Kingsley B. Wukwe says, even the amalgamation document that Nigeria was created from is forged document. And then Wilson Chuku says, not your president, Ogechi, but Zoo's president. Oh my God. Chimiki Sonwa says, the Hausa Fulanis and the Igbos are never brothers and sisters.
Never.
We don't look alike. We don't speak the same language. We don't believe in the same God. The only reason they are forcing one Nigerian to is because the oil is in Biafra land.
Yes.
If the oil is in Hausa Fulani's land, they would have went their way for so long.
A long time ago.
We are Biafrans. We want our freedom, and we want our land. And she says, all hail Biafrans worldwide. And I think I will end here. Now, let me take this one. Na Oku. They were killed and most of them taken away. I don't know who he is referring to.
He's referring to the incident that took place in our leader Nande Kanu residence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Marshal,
Yeah.
Nande Kanu, okay. And currently you said he's still missing, right?
Yeah, he's still missing.
We pray for his life. Marshal Dauntless says, Biafra or nothing.
Nothing.
And then it's please forgive me if I'm not. Chine Cherem says, I love my country, Biafra. She's declaring her country already. Okay. And we'll see here. Trying to go through all of them, but it's impossible. So if I'm not able to go read your feed or read your comment, please forgive me. There's just so much of them. I'm not able to go through all of them. Let me take Prince Lutroy. Says, sorry, but we could have been one. True what she is saying. Oyo Empire, Fulta, Toro, Sokoto, Masina, Hausa States, Castina, and Zamfara. We should have listened to our old leaders, Nupe, Ndejo, Dan Fudlio, and many other. God help us all. Do you remember what do you know what he's talking about? What did those leaders say?
It's like they believe in justice.
Okay.
Those are the people that he mentioned. They believe in one, equity and the way you should, you should treat everybody the same. Okay, go on.
Right. Okay. Looks like we have a call on the line. We lost the call. Okay.
Okay. You understand what I mean? I know what he's referring to. But the point now is that it's too late.
It's too late. Okay.
The point now that it's too late.
Yeah.
If they want us to be one Nigeria, they should go back and bring those people that they killed.
Okay.
They has killed a lot of Biafrans.
Okay.
So there is no need of asking for one Nigeria again.
Okay.
There is nothing like restructuring or going back to make peace. If they want to make, they should go and wake our young guys up. They has killed thousands of Biafrans.
We have a call on the line. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Anthony, and I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah. I'm just so happy with Miss Ogechi. I've been following her on Facebook, and she's doing a good job, I just wish that more intellectuals like her will come out and lend their voice on the struggle of the Biafran people. And I just want to commend the panel also for this new movement that is connecting the Ambazonians and the Biafrans. I'm a priest here in the United States, and I minister to a lot of people from the Ambazonian, the Southern Cameroonians. Actually, recently I saw the movement of refugees seeking for asylum from the Amazons and coming into Nigeria. And it's so touching, looking at women suffering like that, walking in the bush. I actually asked some of my church people to see if we can raise some funds to send to those women in Cross River. So these are my parishioners, these are my church people from both Cameroon and people from Nigeria, Biafra people. Biafra people are not made of just Igbos. We have Iweres, we have Calabar people, and there are other tribes down southeast Nigeria. Okay. And the funny thing is that these are the most hard-working, productive parts of Nigeria. Now, you just look at the geography. With the River Niger being in the south, when the missionaries came, they came in through the River Niger and were able to build schools and churches, and therefore bringing in Western education in the southeast Nigeria. But whereas the people in the north, they had the Arabic civilization, people riding on the horseback, and then they formed the Hausa cantonment, the first military that the British used to rule the northern West Africa all the way to Ghana. So when Nigeria will later become Nigeria after the amalgamation of 1914, it was the same Hausa people who have known what military is, large military, that continue to rule us, and that's where our problem is very deep, that people don't even know, how far. For example, the reason why Ojukwu declared the Ahera Declaration was because if you read the book Things Fall Apart, some stories written in Things Fall Apart, they are not just fiction, they are real life stories. The killing of people in Ahera by the Hausa people and taking the women up north. This happened in the 1800s. These are true. So Ojukwu declared Ahera Declaration in that place to remind the people of what has happened to them so they could fight for their freedom. Okay. So the Southeasterners have been suffering for too long. Right. All the oil wells in the southeastern Nigeria are controlled by Hausa people. Exactly. Hausa Fulani who live far away in the north. Can you just imagine? Before I went to the seminary, I went to join the NDA. The NDA is Nigerian Defense Academy. I went to join the NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy, because I wanted to join the army. But I was told that I could not go far because of what state I came from. Yes. So I had to go to Benue State, to claim that I'm from Benue State, to change my name before I could join the NDA, so that I can have promotion. Before that, I was a teacher in Jos. I was teaching primary school, preparing little children to write common entrance examination. There is this particular school called the Air Force Girls Secondary School. It's a big school, Air Force Girls, in Jos. I prepared these kids that their father was killed in Sokoto during the Christian-Muslim crisis. Their father was killed in Sokoto. So their uncle, who was living in Jos, took the girl and the boy into his house. So I was preparing those children for common entrance, and the girl was very good. Actually, the girl's name is Okechi. She's from Agazi. So I prepared her and took her to write the exam at Air Force Girls. And this girl passed very well, but they wouldn't take her because they told her she's from Anambra State and this is not her catchment area. So this is secondary school. They're using catchment area to make sure that the Igbo people do not have access to the educational resources of Nigeria. Not just in secondary school, but this is the rule in the universities. Okay? University of Bauchi, University of Jos, University of Maiduguri, they may just take one Igbo person, who may even have all A's in their WAEC and in their JAMB, but they will take a Hausa person who does not even qualify. And so this is the origin of corruption in Nigeria. The people who study for to be a doctor who don't even know how to practice medicine.
Yeah, we should match together.
But they will be boss over the Igbo people or the people from Yoruba who do very well. So, saying that we should stay together in one country like Nigeria is a mess. Because the Easterners believe in Christianity that Christians love one another. The Northerners believe in a religion that says anybody who is not a Muslim is an infidel. Kill him.
Oh, wow. All right, sir.
This is the issue that we are having.
Yes, thank you.
So please, I really am happy that we are coming together, the Ambazonians and the Biafrans.
Yeah, we
should. And I think we have to educate our people, let people know more what's going on and how can we participate in this, I know that, before, it's a good thing that Biafra is doing this peacefully. My fear is that if they keep on pushing these people to the wall, they might just one day turn violent. So please, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful input, and you said it so eloquently, and I'm sure you have touched the hearts of a lot of people who are in this struggle. Now, this is what the station stands for. This is what WGHC is all about. When we say we are your voice, your music, your station, we truly mean it. We are all Africans, and it is our struggle. It is not a Biafra struggle or the Ambazonian struggle. It is our struggle. And so we are calling on all the West African countries, the leaders, Africa as a whole, to join in this struggle, to bring freedom and liberation to people that are going through this modern day slavery. Okay, you want to say something, but we have a caller on the line. Please call out, tell us your name, where you're calling from.
She's listening to the radio.
Hello, caller.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear us?
I got a next caller.
Okay, Chia. You have Okay, so another caller now. Please go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is Emmanuel Chibuzo, and I'm calling from capital city of Mozambique.
Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
All right. First and foremost, I would like to thank our sister, our hardcore Biafra.
So much call.
I always disagree with.
Right.
I don't want to put them on hold.
Right.
Of course.
It's all blinking.
Her work is all over the place, and the whole world
when
is saying it. I love it when they talk, go into diplomatic, and that's
Some of
what
them are
I'm talking about.
outside,
So,
outside of
I
US.
thank her very
Let's pick
much,
those ones.
and I
Let's pick
thank
those
our
ones.
brother sitting beside her, me to say so. I'm loving the program. I've been listening, and all the contributions are well welcomed. Let me start from this, our last caller, the teacher who just called,
Sir, can you please make it very brief for us, because we have the line is buzzing and we have people calling from all over the world. And so please, if you can make it very brief for us so we can go on to other callers, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let me pick it from the teacher, the last caller. He said something, the marginalization, when we talk of the marginalization of Igbo people, Biafrans in general, not something that started today. And the reason is because of this called dual ideology. Some people believe that Western education is forbidden.
Oh, yeah.
While we believe that Western education is something that we all have to embrace, because that's the only way forward. Some people believe that beheading people is the way out, while we believe that giving love is the only way out.
Okay.
Some people believe that others are infidel, while we believe that humans are human. This is the problem that Nigeria is facing.
Okay.
It's nothing else but dual ideology.
Okay.
The way we reason and not the way the other people reason.
Okay.
So for you to force them to live together is something that will never ever work. And even the people that put them together tell you that they are like oil and water that can never stick together.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. We have to move on to the next one. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening. Are you talking to me?
Yes, we can hear you live in the studios of WGHC. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
All right, thank you. My name is Edith Ngozeka Michael. I am calling from Rockford, Illinois.
Thank you so much. Please go ahead. And please make it brief for us.
Thank you so much. I just want to start by thanking Ogechi for what he's been doing for the Biafrans. Ogechi, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, talk about
thank you. Thank you, my sister.
This president was the president. The way he became the president of Nigeria by terrorizing the whole country.
Exactly.
Like he stated that he was gonna, if he didn't win, that the baboons and monkeys. That was the way he referred to the Nigerians. That the baboons and monkeys' blood were gonna be spilled on the streets of Nigeria. Yeah. So before, like in 2015, before the results was announced, nobody went out. Everybody was so scared to go out. But when they mentioned or announced his name as the president, before people now decided to come out. Exactly. So they knew he was, gonna do what he said he was gonna do, because he did it first in 2011.
Yes.
When he didn't win. And also, this man was one of the soldiers that killed the Biafrans during 67 to 70s during the Biafran War.
Exactly.
And he said about 2 years ago that he wouldn't mind exterminating or killing the Biafrans again if they ever decide to secede from Nigeria again.
Oh, yeah.
And also in terms of the herdsmen, these herdsmen have been killing people, thousands of people, displacing the indigenous peoples of the Nigerians anyway, not only Biafrans. But he has not said anything, not one thing against them.
Damn thing.
He doesn't want to prescribe them. He just doesn't want to say anything because he himself He's a headman, and he used to be the spokesman of this Fulani people.
He's
and also
a Boko
he's a
Haram
Fulani
himself.
Okay.
And also
Yes.
he came. I was so appalled because he came at the UN and he condemned the killing of the Rohingya Muslims in Miami. Yes, he slaughtered the Igbo Christians. He slaughtered the Shiite Muslims in Nigeria. He slaughtered the Biafrans. And also twice now he has declared support for the establishment of Palestinian state.
Oh, yeah.
But then he doesn't like the idea of Biafrans. I just don't know what's up with this man.
All right.
And, you know, what really gets me so upset is the way the UN body have decided to keep mute at what is going on in Nigeria, all because of the oil.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's...
I know. Thank you so much. I feel the passion. We feel the energy. And that's why we're here. You know, we have to come up with one voice. That's why we're saying this. We have another caller on before I come to you. Just wanted to let our listeners know that on the 19th of November this year, we are having a black tie event. And one of the reasons we are doing this is to elevate this radio station to a point where we can consistently have this conversation, give voice to the voiceless, and to have a campaign and have this unity that can help our brothers and sisters that are going through this heinous times in this generation of ours. So on the 19th of November, you want to come to the Stance Mansion here in Chicago, Logan Square. If you go to Eventbrite, you look up WGHC 98.3 FM. The tickets are there. The more you come, the cheaper the tickets, okay? Tickets going for 8 people are $600, 10 people is $750. 19th of November between 6 to 11 p.m. is our Black Tie event. It's an awards and fundraising night to move this radio station to the point where you and I can make a positive impact on our community. You are still logged on to the Progressive Mind Show. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, again, sir, this is Ben again. I just wanted to touch base, touch base on what the two, have not only in Nigeria, but they line up all the way to Ghana. You know, recently, I guess 2 years ago, we saw how they were brutally messing around farms and all that. But one of the things that happened historically, the French, the U.S., the military and the Marines, some military skills, they obtained it from the Fulanis, like never leave a fallen comrade behind battle. These are some of the things they learned from the Fulanis in the historically, years past again. But my concern again was the same thing happened to the South Sudanese. It was between the white Arabs and the black Christian, black Sudanese. What they worried about that, they went in because of some of these resources available. But my point is, if Biafra has to come in existence, it as a country or so, let's be very careful how some of these international, some of these elements of hidden hands, we call them hidden hands, who will infiltrate. Like I said, in the year 67, when the Biafra issue was going on, Russia provided arms for them. So this what became more of an international level that it might lead to a different conflict. Okay. We can resolve it ourselves. That's what Kwame Nkrumah said. He said the black man is capable of resolving his own issues. So if we can, as people, whether Biafra or South Cameroon, let's go ahead and resolve this things ourselves, because if we let some of these people infiltrate, they are there. The hidden hands are there. They only take advantage in such issues and conflict and create more problems.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben, for that wonderful contribution. We have a caller on the line. Okay, we'll go to some comments on Facebook, and then we'll go back to our guest here. And then we have Callisto's Igwe saying, we the Igbos, Biafrans, are very peaceful, hardworking, and accommodating. All we need is our freedom. We, the Biafrans and Nigerian, can be neighboring country. Nigeria keep pushing us to the wall. I wonder what will become of Nigeria when we decide to carry arms. No arms. Okay, let's keep pushing for peaceful resolution to this matter. Okay, Anselm Uswebe, I keep thinking about what we will do to these political giants who are betraying and sabotaging the struggle for restoration of the indigenous people of Biafra. I'm sorry for them. Oh, Chai. And then Zine Barnabas says, Biafra must be free from the zoo. We call them the zoo because a country that never provide electricity, health center, water, road for its citizens so far is better than Nigeria. We are the indigenous people of Biafra. We value our life and we need more facilities. We need these facilities, these basic facilities she is talking about. And then Uche Uzugo says, UN people say something, UN, please say something. Biafrans are dying every day. Please say something. And the last one before I go to you is, thank you, man. Thank you, man of God, for your hospitality towards Amberland refugees, peaceful people being chased out of their own land by a colonial regime in the 21st century. Uche, you've been, we callers have their say. Let's come back to you. Tell us the issue of the internet being cut off from the southern part of the country, which is the Amberland people. Tell us what's up with that. Has it been restored?
Yes, partially restored. It was cut off for 95 days last, early 2017 for 95 days. And then recently, again, between the 22nd of September, and it became spotty kind of reception till last week when they cut off for a Black Night Out to kind of exterminate the rats, as they call us. The Minister of Communication and other, I don't know whether you remember what happened in Rwanda with Radio Mille Collines, where they were calling others less than humans.
Yes.
And we have heard that on the airwaves in La République du Cameroon, calling us rats and other less desirable animals. I just wanted to take a moment to thank one of the callers who called, I think from Maryland, the pastor, teacher, and he talked about the influx of Ambazonians into Nigeria at this point in time, across to our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. And we think that right now the UN is estimating that about 10,000, but they estimate there'll be about 40,000 that will cross over. And we can't thank our neighbors across for the hospitality. We can't thank them enough. We keep on as a movement, the movement for the restoration of the independence of Southern Cameroons. We have been, like the Biafrans, our Biafran brothers and sisters, talking about obtaining our independence using peaceful means. We have been a non-violent organization, and we have tried as much as possible to embrace like-minded organizations that prone nothing but peaceful means. And so pressing forward with the African Union, or is it with the United Nations, reaching out to IMF and all these other organizations that play a big part in Africa. We've been reaching out to these world bodies and impressing it upon them that right now it's, we are getting butchered. But there comes a time, when you continue to sit and you're indifferent to what the plight of the people is, they may just be an extremist. Somebody may lose it. You come to a point when you understand why somebody loses it. Okay? And I started saying this earlier on. It feels as if the way these things happen, unfold in Africa, it feels as if black lives really don't matter. Okay? It just feels like that. Like the rest of the world can sit and watch as these massacres take place around our neighborhoods, around our countries. And they just stand by and they watch as these things happen. But Ambazonians have been forceful in stating we've been trying, in spite internal differences, just like she talks about the Namdo camp, the in spite differences, internal differences, we've been trying to get the population to a point where they understand the importance of voting leadership. Because if you have an elected leader that is able to go to the United Nations and speak on behalf of the people of Ambazonia, then the world will hear. Then we can even talk about self-defense, because part of the problem right now is that we cannot defend ourselves.
Exactly.
And if an elected leadership comes, they can even probably hire a mercenary force to at least stop the onslaught of our people, the onslaught from La République du Cameroon, the slaughtering that takes place at night, the internet cuts. We can apply for, to have our own telephone lines using the International Communications Organization that is responsible for that.
Okay, I wanted to hold on to the thought so that we can continue, because we have a caller on the line. Please, we'll come back to you right after the caller. Please tell us your name, caller, and where you're calling from. Please make it brief for us, because we have a lot to discuss tonight, and there are so many people on the line as well.
Hello?
Yes, caller, please go ahead, and please make it brief for us, because the line is buzzing and we have to go through a lot of discussions tonight. So please go ahead with your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Isaac from South Carolina. I want to thank you for bringing the plight of Amazonians to the American community and to the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And although from Nigeria or from Biafra, stay the course, be courageous, and for all Amazonians, today is a great day for us. We have a new leadership that was formed, the conclave that just ended this evening in Nigeria, and so we've had an interim government and an interim president that is going to pilot the affairs of Amazonia from now henceforth. Okay. So thank you very much again for bringing our plight, and you have a great show. For now, we'll be watching your show every Tuesday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He said it right there. If you on Facebook, if you're now on Facebook, actually go and sign up for Facebook because of Progressive Minds, okay, and WGHC, because this is what we'll be bringing you every now and then. We are dedicated and committed to the cause of our people, and we have to start telling our own story. So go on Facebook, look for Progressive Minds, and like it. Also like WGHC 98.3 FM. And do not forget that on the 19th of November this year, we are going to be having the Black Tie event to raise funds.
Come, you can donate.
Sorry?
If you can't come, you can still donate.
Absolutely, yes. You hit it right there. Caller, please tell us your name. You're on the Progressive Mind Show at WGHC. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, sir, caller.
I'm calling from Stockholm, Sweden.
Thank you so much. Stockholm, Sweden.
Yeah.
Yes, you're on, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank you very much, for such a wonderful program. I want to thank Oge that is there with you and the brother that is there. I am actually calling from Stockholm. I'm actually at work, but I just took the time to just call and to say thank you very much for the good work you're doing. Oge, keep up the good work. You are really doing a great job. And God bless you. And I just want to say, encourage the youth, both the youths of Biafra and the youths of Ambazonians, that this battle is ours. So we need to stand up. The earlier we stand up, the better for us. We cannot allow this battle to be fought by the political class, those who are elected into the government, or those who are old. We need to stand up and fight this battle, because if we don't, our future will be in shambles, just as it is today.
Okay.
So I don't really have much, bro. I hope you keep on the good job, and we hope we continue to talk from time to time. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Absolutely. That's why we are here, bro. That's why we are here. You want to say something real quick?
I want to say something. Hello?
Thank you so much, caller.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say something. There is this event that took place in Biafran land recently. The Hausa Fulani henchmen, our president, the Boko Haram himself, sent the military. You guys are laughing. I'm telling you, that is true. That guy, I don't know how to describe him, So our president sent the army to start injecting this monkeypox in Biafran land. They started injecting young children, young kids. Monkeypox.
What's that?
I don't know what it is. If you ask me, I don't know who to ask.
Is that a disease?
It's a disease to kill our young generation. That is another way to assassinate us entirely. And I'm telling you, this is, as I'm talking to you right now, is still happening. When they go to school, if you refuse to take the injection, they will kill you.
And that injection is supposed to, are they what do you call it, camouflaging the injection to claim that it's a vaccine so that people
exactly can take, they are claiming that it's a vaccine,
but then it's not a vaccine.
It's not a vaccine. It's a way to assassinate and kill all Biafrans.
Have you had people die from taking from that
many vaccine? People, I mean, it's not a, have I heard many people, as I'm talking to you, a lot of people are quarantined in Biafran land. And they are killing our future generation. You know, in a community, if you want to destroy a country, you start from a child and a woman, kids and women, start destroying them. That is exactly what they are doing. You know? So, as I'm talking to you right now, a lot of people has lost their life. And they still going. So, tell me, which other word to describe this man called Buhari. He is a Boko Haram. When I call it a Boko Haram, he is a terrorist himself. You cannot deny this. Somebody that doesn't have heart. This genocide has been going on. You sent your armies to come. And let me tell you, have you seen where army minister medication to people? Army are not Ministry of Health. They have no qualification to do so.
But they are the one that...
They are the one that enforce and imposing this
vaccination.
Exactly.
Okay. We have a caller on the line. We'll come back to you, OG. Please tell us your name, caller, and where you and where you're calling from. Sorry.
Hello again. This is Opara. Sorry, I come again. I just come to confirm what Oge was just saying about the monkeypox injection.
Okay.
It is whole truth. Oge is just saying the truth, and the story is online, everywhere online. The story is just there. Even it gets to a point that the teachers needed to advise the pupils, like the children, not to come to school anymore. So if you read the news, you will see where the students were running out of school just because the military were coming into their school, forcing them to take the injection. And the injection, they pretend is a vaccine, but it's a monkeypox. It's a poison that is meant to kill the students, and there's a record that he killed a lot of people. So I just wanted to confirm what Oge was just saying.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. We have a caller on the line. Please go ahead with your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is Chukuma from Boston, Massachusetts.
Hello, Chukuma. You're welcome to the show.
Okay.
Please go ahead. Hello, Chukuma. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, so I want to speak regarding this Biafran issue and then the Southern Cameroonian issue.
Okay, please go ahead.
This is an issue that is has more interest from the outer world, because this is something that was created by Europeans. You understand? This is not an issue that we can easily solve by ourselves, but we can solve it by ourselves, knowing the truth behind every single thing that is happening in Africa. Because if you look at most of these Francophone countries, and even the Anglophone countries, we're still being controlled by higher forces that we don't even know about. And people controlling us from around the world, places that I can't even mention right now, you understand? Okay. But if we are wise enough to really trace what is happening, we have Buhari over in Nigeria controlling things. There are people controlling Buhari. And if we really know all this, then we can know where our problems start from. You understand that the entire North are highly uneducated. It's not their making. There are people making sure that this is happening. There are people making sure that the way they are thinking is the way they are thinking. And that is the entire the thing that is making Africa look like some poverty-ravished continent. But Africa is the richest continent in the world. Look, why are we so poor? Because the entire world is sucking our resources. You understand? Using every single thing Africa has, to develop the outside world. And if we block that, then there's going to be trouble in the world. So no part of the world wants Africa to be free. No part of the world. This Biafran struggle is the only way. This is our last hope to rejuvenate Africa. Because if we can get this right, this is the open door for every single like-minded African nation to come together to create a vibrant African economy that can challenge, not even just challenge, but overtake every single aspect of the world when it comes to economy and every other aspect. Because first of all, they say, okay, look how the world look down on black people right now. Why do they look down on black people? They say, like, it's not, they don't say it openly, but they, kind of like think that we don't really, we don't think well or something, or we are not intellectually capable to, grow a nation or rule ourselves and all those. This is not, like, they're making, they have made it to be like that. We're still the same people. If you study history and you know about Kemet, you know that we are still the same Kemetites that we're seen as gods because of the way we advance in science and our civilization, and we built cities that mapped the entire world. So, but they want to put us down because we own all the resources. Human resources, we are up there with geniuses. Black men are geniuses, you understand? And then we own natural resources, The entire line of Africa is filled with natural resources, both the ones that have been stolen away, There are countries in Africa right now taking resources that we don't even know about.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. We will move on to a few comments, and then we'll come to the panel here. Chigoze Agbo Shila Besam says, "We are the lovely people of Amazonian land. We shall not fear the devil." Paul Bia B Movando Bartolomi, likes it or not. He has a long name. He says, whether Paul Bia Mvondo Bartolome likes it or not, we shall overcome. And then Cantona Paso says, genocide is going on in southern Cameroon. Please, UN, hear our cry and come to our rescue. And then Chizoba Felix saying that Oge is my only. Okay, let me read. It's the way he wrote it. He says, "Okay, mine is only." Okay, God will reward you. That's what he's trying to say. He says, God will reward you. Okay, and then Pen Attorney says, "Thanks, bro Innocent, for outlining both of the issues, our challenges." He says, more importantly, some things that we Amazonians should continue to do is try and reach the finish line. Thank you so much for your comments, Pen Tani. And okay, Odira says, these persecutions going on in Biafra and Amazonia will cease someday. We must never look back. We must never return to our vomit. Thank you so much for that. And we'll go to Innocent.
Can I have a question for again real quick?
Yes, please.
Because I've been listening, and if I was to call, I'm in the studio, that's what I'm asking. I would have called from outside. So if I'm getting everything correct, is Nigeria in fear of without the Igbos, Nigeria cannot prosper or cannot function as a nation or survive? And let me see to the callers first. And
okay.
I will come with
That's a good question. I'm about to
caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Dr. Fortunate from Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to chip in on what Ogechi just mentioned.
Okay.
She did talk about the monkeypox.
Yes, she did.
The issue of monkeypox was, brought up.
Looks like we lost them. Caller, please try again. It's 773-942-7167. And okay, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead with your question.
So my thing is this, and maybe it can go to Cameroon too as well. Is it in fear of you guys being so smart, being so productive to the nation, that if you guys are not part of them, they will not survive? And if you guys are part of them, they can survive. Why are they doing all this to you? Why is this things happening? What is it from your side that contribute to this chaos? And I'm hoping that there is nothing from your side that contributes. Because if somebody that's smart, that brings all the businesses, brings the economy up and all of that, I'm very sure nothing can come from there. That
Why don't you want this person in your team?
Yeah, why don't you want this person
okay,
in your team?
your question is very, very interesting. Okay, let me tell you. Like I said, the oil well in Biafran land, I'm not going to say 90% of oil well controlled by the Hausa Fulani henchmen. And also, Igbos are the brain behind Nigeria as it is right now. If they happen to lose us right now, as I'm talking to you, Nigeria will collapse. Okay. Because we bring 98% of the economy. We are the entrepreneurs in Nigeria. So right now, all they want to do is just to silence all Igbos. They want to dominate Biafran land. They want to do whatever it takes to take whatever belongs to Igbos, because they feel like Igbos, we are threatening. Like no, they are threatening to be. To them. Yeah, we are threat to them. That is how to describe it. They cannot do without us. It's like water. You cannot do without water. You cannot do without air. So the oil come from our area, which is Biafran land, south, and southeast. So right now, if we happen to go or we happen to leave Nigeria, trust me, Biafran land will look like ×2. You cannot compare Biafran land like American. We will build it. Trust me, Igbos are we are the richest anyway. Let me put it that way. You know, we are smart. We can turn this to business. If you go to Aba, there's a place called Aba. Anything that you produce in Aba looks like you produce it from Italy. Take a trip and go and see things. But they want to suppress us no matter what it takes. Okay, let me put it this way. If you go to North, the electricity that they consume there is like they can't even take light from North, which is where the Buhari come from. But if you go to Southeast, which is where Biafran, they made it impossible that any business will go out, you will develop any business out there. You see how they structure Nigeria? They use diplomacy. They caved us. That, okay, when you go to Hausa, 80% of the property in North belongs to Igbos. Anywhere we come, we believe in investment. We believe in developing the country. But Hausa can never come to your area and buy a pin. They will live, I don't know, like in a mud house. These people have nothing to contribute in Nigeria. If you doubt me, Google it and read about Nigeria. Assuming we are the one that are running Nigeria, Nigeria could have been better than United States. Wow. Igbos are the entrepreneurs. Igbos can change the world. I'm telling you the truth. Because we make something out of nothing. Wow.
Okay. The ingenuity of the Igbo people, the Biafra people. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Father Anthony, again, calling from Washington, D.C., Maryland area. I just wanted to answer that last question that was just asked.
Okay.
And the truth is that there is an uneven development in Nigeria. Like I stated earlier, people of the South, the Southeast Nigeria, were exposed to Christian civilization and education, whereas in the North, people were still studying Arabic studies and the religion over there, and so they couldn't compete when Nigeria became Nigeria after the 1960s. So the uneven development was part of what led to the war. Okay. The Igbos dominated the whole place. Even before Nigeria became Nigeria, there are papers we saw of Lord Lugard and then all those governors complaining about the Igbos who formed Igbo unions and will dictate to the white man how much they have to pay them for building the railway.
Exactly.
And then the white man was saying that he couldn't continue to deal with the unions. So even when the Igbos entered Kanu, the Kanu emir gave them the forest to live in. And then, unfortunately, the Igbos turned the forest into a city.
Exactly.
And whereas the Hausas were living inside a walled city, in a walled town, like ancient medieval kind of settlement. And so the diseases, leprosy and a lot of diseases broke out within the walled city. And then the people came to the emir and said, they are suffering, and why are they suffering? The emir said, Igbos are the problem. Remember, the Igbos were living in the forest with the white man. And that's how the white man started planning the town, putting roads, putting the schools, putting hospitals. So the Igbos were doing very well in the north. So this uneven development was what led, to the envy and jealousy and hatred for Igbos. So the person was asking the question, why doesn't Nigeria want the Igbos? And why wouldn't they let them go? The issue is this. Envy and jealousy has blinded every Nigerian from reason. Because it baffles the intellect to say, why wouldn't you take care of the geese that lays you the golden egg?
Yep.
Even the Igbos that are outside Nigeria, when you go to the embassy to get any document, look at the way they look at you, the way they try to make it difficult for you, and they make you to pay different kind of bribes to get your own visa, to get what belongs to you in Nigerian embassy in New York, in Washington, D.C., right here in this country.
Wow.
So it's a lot of envy, a lot of hatred for Igbo people.
Thank you so much.
What have the Igbo people done?
Yeah, thank you so much.
The Igbo people have a little piece of land in Nigeria. So they are forced to travel out to other parts of Nigeria. So they are all over the north and all.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. And please bear in mind that because of the time and because of the number of calls that are coming in, when you do get in, please make your contribution very snappy so we can get on to other callers and so we can give time to our guests to elaborate on the issues that they came to talk about. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I just want to chip in about what our brother just said. Yes, the past caller that just called. Okay, see, they had made it now is impossible for an Igbo man to import any goods because, as you know, Igbos in business. Like I said, 90% of anything that goes in Nigeria is all about Igbos. We import goods, we build goods, so they has made it impossible for an Igbo man to, let's assume an Hausa man is importing stuff. If they're going to charge an Hausa man 1 million naira, they will times it times 7 to charge an Igbo man. Because your name, now what Igbos are doing now, they will change their name to Hausa. Or they will meet an Hausa man that is their friend. Please, my goods are coming in. I would like to use your name to bring it in. You understand? They made everything impossible.
Now, okay, I hear you. Chia, I'm going to come to you very soon. But I just want to make this little contribution. See, the irony of it is that the pastor alluded, why he said that evil and envy has blinded people so they can't see reason of, cohabiting with, Okay. You want to get rid of people who are productive in your own society. So when you get rid of them, then how are you going to produce? The people who are being productive. Now, evil is blinding you and jealousy. So when you get rid of all your, the hen that lay the golden egg, now you're not going to have any golden egg. You're not going to have any egg at all. So how you going to survive? It comes down to, I always say education, and my colleagues here laugh at me because, why would people have this kind of thinking? Yes, you can envy, you can have jealousy, but to the point where you want to get rid of your own people and leave a desolate community for yourself, it's unbelievable. But please go ahead and throw light on.
I'll probably take it from another point of view. I think it has to do with control. It has to do with power.
Exactly.
I don't think they want to deal away with you. They want to have you there, but as a slave.
God bless you.
It is a slave.
And that is what the Biafrans can't take, right?
It has nothing to do with, no, they know that if they dispose of you, then they are probably not going to have that golden egg anymore. And that same mentality, which goes back, as I listened to the listener ask the question, I thought about it, and you go back in ancient times. I told you I'm a Christian, and you go back to the Bible, go back to biblical times, and the Egyptians having control over the Hebrews, right? And if you believe in the Bible and the truth that is in the Bible, when God ordains Moses to go and liberate his people, when they go there, Herod or Pharaoh does not want to let these people go. They don't want to let go because that is how they were able to live whatever life that they live. You know,
they benefited off the slaves.
Yeah, the slaves worked their butts off
to build their empire.
To build that empire, and what happened is that while they worked their elephants, they lived like they ate like ants, right? And yet you want these other people live like ants, but they want to eat like elephants. That's exactly what is happening. It's the same situation in Biafra. It's the same situation in our country, that you have a minister, for instance, in Cameroon, and I don't like to delve into those issues of marginalization and corruption that bedevil just about every community. But if you look at a minister who can build a house for $50 million,
my brother.
Okay, we're talking about a house for $50 million.
That is nothing to compare when you get
and
don't know what you're talking
so you're
about.
looking at it and wondering, Bill Gates doesn't live in a house that's $50 million.
I don't think so. And
So-
this minister, is he like an industrialist or a businessman?
No.
Just because, I mean, he's a minister of what? What
we have
sector?
a colonel.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Please tell us your name.
Oh my God.
All right, caller, please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. You are live in the studios of WGHC.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. I'm calling from Malaysia.
Wow. Please go ahead, sir.
No, please.
I have something to say regarding the struggle.
Yes, please go ahead. You're live on air. And please make it snappy for us, if you may.
The military came up and the Kanu house was invaded and all that. There has been a lot of rumors regarding Kanu. And right now, my question is very simple. What is the next step we are taking as regarding enlightening the people in Anambra State regarding the election? Because I have a lot of people down there who keep saying that the election is going to take place, and there has been campaigns and all that going on. So I want to say, is any framework that the IPOB or other, the IPOB in particular, is there any framework as in on the ground down there in Anambra State that is going on, apart from the one that has been done, regarding enlightening and making sure that our people don't come out to vote on that day? That is my question.
Okay. And then, yes, caller, please go ahead with your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk again. This is Edith Michael.
Okay.
I know I was so upset when I called before.
No, it's okay.
But I just wanted to let you know that when the British put us together, put all these countries together and named it Nigeria, it was supposed to be like an experiment that was going to last for 100 years. Well, that 100 years has elapsed in 2014.
Yeah, it has expired.
They knew what they were doing when they put us together. And when they put us together with these people with no heart, no conscience, people that are so eager to kill somebody else so easily. Now, in Biafra land, right now, there is like about 90% unemployment in youth.
Yep.
There's no good hospitals, no good roads,
nothing.
No international
I'm telling you,
airport
nothing
for
is
us.
moving.
The Biafran,
Nothing is
they have
stagnant.
like 5 international airports.
Yes.
In the north. And,
No
they have,
one.
In Yoruba land, but there's none.
In Biafra
no
land.
international airport at all
No.
in Biafra land. There's no electricity, no water, no food.
Nothing.
The educational system is also messed up.
Very poor.
They go on strike
Unhealthy.
every 6 months, in school like 2 months.
They don't care.
It's just so annoying. I don't know the kind of the future that they are building for us. I just want to let them know that we are done. The marriage is over. They hate us so bad, and we hate them too. It's just so annoying. There's a lot of like thousands of Igbos here in America, professional medical professional people that are here taking care of other people, but nobody is home taking care of our people, our own brothers and sisters. My dad was just diagnosed with cancer, and I'm here taking care of other people, and he's over there. Nobody's there to take care of him. And the worst part of it is that you can't send them to a good hospital.
Oh my God.
But all these politicians, all these criminals, they loot the money and they come here and put all this money I'm just so annoyed to even talk right now.
It'll be all right, my sister. It'll be all right. I just want to read this comment from Uchman Ntwameke. He says, Biafra simply means come and join, which means it's a home and a nation to all people, irrespective of our colors, because we are the Biafran people and we value life. That's why in my dialect we call human being Mmadu, means Mma, Nke Ndu. In English, it means the beauty of life. What a wonderful name. You wanted to respond to that caller real quick, and then we'll go to Mr. Chia.
I've even forgotten what I was about to say.
He was saying, what is now we've talked about what's the next because
about the election. Yes, actually,
what's the way forward?
That's a good question. See, I started this campaign online to raise funds because back home, like our sister started earlier when she called, they don't have money. They need, like, let's assume where I come from, because I'm from Anambra.
Okay.
They don't have access to go and spread the news or tell them do not come out. All they need is just fund, just to put gas in their machine or their bicycle. So they will go around and spread the news around. So when I started this fund, because nobody were doing anything. When I go online, I start this campaign. Please, we need to raise fund. At least we need to send it back home, and talk to other people so they will do this job, because we are over here, we're in diaspora. All we can do is just to use our voice and find another revenue to assist others. You understand what I mean? So when I started this campaign, some people, like, I don't want to criticize my people here, but when it comes to money, they attack themselves. I don't know how to explain it. They think you're taking their money, you're eating their money or whatever. See, it's happening right now. And my cousin called me from Anambra today. So she said, we don't even know. We don't hear any information. We don't know what is going on. No. We don't know that you guys don't want us to come out for that day to come and vote for election. So this person that called, I made a mention of this several times. I called Malaysian people. I called everybody. Please, all we need is just to raise fund and send it to these people.
So you have a GoFundMe?
Yeah, I have a GoFundMe online.
Okay.
Not even the GoFundMe is just another case.
Okay.
We are fighting people that are using oil money to fight against us. We need to raise money online.
Okay.
Because in this battle, you cannot fight it empty-handed.
Okay.
You know how much it costs to hire a lawyer in this country. You know how much it costs to get a, what do they call it, lobby group. You know how much it is. So all these things required money. And whenever if I'm gonna take if I'm gonna take a plane now to New York or whatever, I have to pay. Everything requires money.
Right.
Even I'm giving all my life, I'm giving all my time in this, my work, everything. I gave it all.
So you started this Biafra movement in the diaspora?
Yeah, I started it in the diaspora. So I told them when I heard about this Anambra election to put it at hold. Please, my people, raise fund. How much is it gonna? They were able to raise up to 100 and something, close to 200 naira. 200,000 naira, sorry, close to 200,000 naira. So I sent it to somebody there, but it's not enough. It's nothing. I've been lamenting on this case right now. Please go online, no matter how much it is, 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, it's gonna get us a long way. They tag it in a different way. Oh, okay, now you want to use it and make money. You want to, forgetting that the things that are falling, on top of them is bigger than what they are saying.
Right.
They refuse to understand that you cannot fight this battle without fund. It's impossible. Nigerians are using oil money to fight us. So that is, I don't know. My people, it's up to them to do the right thing. I can only do what I can do to support.
Absolutely.
So it's up to them. I mean, we are in jeopardy.
All right. Our time is for a spend. We've had wonderful conversations here and a lot of...
Our time is up, guys.
A lot of contributions from all our callers and the folks on Facebook is just amazing. It tells how much people are concerned about what is going on. Mr. Chia, you wanted to say you were on a topic before the callers came in. Kim, you wanted to finish your thought real quick, and then
the links for people to
okay,
finish your thought.
Okay,
your last words, and then add your last words to it so we can wrap up tonight's conversation.
I just want to thank you guys. I really thank you guys at the station for hosting us tonight. It's been a lively conversation, and we hope that many people continue to tune into the station to come to your ball party when you have the fundraiser. I just wanted to also note that I just wanted to note that with regards to elections, there are some of us within this movement, movement for the restoration of the independence of Southern Cameroons, that have been crying, like she talks about lamenting. It's you need resources for all of this, but above all, you need organization, and you need people that are going to show steady leadership and not continue to repeat the sins of the past. You can't keep on doing things that have failed, that have been tried by others in the past, and you think that just because you are bullish enough, just because you keep on bumping this wall, that you are going to bust through. No, there is a door right there, and for us, the door for us in Ambazonia, the door goes through elections. There are people who deny it, but we have tried several times. We have attempted severally to have an election of leaders for Ambazonia through democratically elected means, where we will have our people register online and use a tool that God has ordained us with, this online thing. Cell phones. You can use, if you can do money transfers with it, and your heart, you know, the Bible is clear.
My
where
brother,
your
please
treasure
speak
is,
loud on
there
this
your
topic.
heart is.
Speak
where your
loud.
treasure is, there your heart is.
Our people don't understand.
And you think about it and you say people are able to do money transfers here, but there are some that are so virulently opposed to the idea of having an election online that will give us legitimacy in front of the UN to be able to discuss some things and put some things on the table. We also, so we need to be realistic. We need to open our eyes and not be fooled by, I don't know what it is, but our people, it seems as if it's, you know, I just don't know. But we really need to take advantage of the resources that are being offered to us this day and age.
I'll ask you 2 salient questions, and please make it brief for me because our time is up. What's the population of Cameroon at the moment, and what's the population of the Ambaland people?
Great question. It depends on who you're asking and when. So if you are talking to La République du Cameroun before elections, they're going to give you a low number. They're going to give you about 18 million. Okay. A quarter of that population at any point in time is going to be Southern Ambazonians, which will make it about 4.5 million people. But at other times, the census has showed that the population is well over 23, 24 million. So our population varies between 4.5 to about 6 million. It depends on who you are talking to.
And you have the resources. You have the resources to be independent if you are.
Yes, we do have the resources to be independent. We have everything
and to take care of.
And let me emphasize this: resources are nothing. What resources does Israel have? Think about it. Human resources. That's all you need.
That's in freedom.
Yes, and freedom.
Now, to you, what are the biggest states in Nigeria? Some of the biggest states, like 5 major biggest states.
You know, no. If you ask the question, I will give you the wrong answer because the way the Northerners they imported people that are not even Nigerians, like Hausa, Fulani henchmen, they are not supposed to be Nigerians.
Which is the biggest state in Nigeria? What is the biggest state?
I'm going to say North.
North.
Yes.
Okay, good. How many states make up the Biafra land?
About 5 states.
5 states.
Yes.
Can you mention some of them?
Anambra,
Aba.
No. Anambra or Imo State. Don't put me in a spot because my brain is not working. But it's the 5 states. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so 5 states make up the Biafra land.
Yes, exactly.
And they hold the majority of the oil reserve and the natural resources of
and
Nigeria.
South too. That we are South too are Biafrans as well. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We are getting a lot of feedback, and there's going to be a part 2 to this. My producer is giving us the go ahead, the green light. Are you guys ready for part 2?
Yes.
Excellent.
Anytime.
Now, so listeners, we know we have not been able to read all your comments, but we are so appreciative of your involvement and your heart and your contributions towards this conversation. We are going to have a part 2, and we will definitely let you know. But in the meantime, okay, join us at the Stance Mansion in Logan Square here in Chicago so we can continue the conversation somewhat. Now, we need you to be there to help support the WGAC station, which has come for this cause. All right, it's going to be on the 19th of November. Go to Eventbrite. Just Google Eventbrite and look for WGHC 98.3 FM and then buy tickets. You can come in groups. The more you come in groups, the cheaper the tickets. Come and you will see the Jesse White Tumblers. They're going to perform live. The Namafo is coming all the way from Ghana. Honorable Dorothy Brown will be there. There's going to be, MC, our own MC, the Namafo, and Sammy Young, and all these wonderful high life performers. Our own Cosby is going to MC as well. DJ Andres is going to be performing that evening. You do not want to miss this occasion. Put up your best dress and bring your donation to help this cause.
Sorry, can I say one more thing?
30 seconds, and
okay.
we'll end up.
Please, if you want to donate, please, we still have a we still have a GoFundMe online. Please, you can go to Ways to Stop Killing Innocent Biafra and donate. Ways to Stop Killing Innocent Biafrans is on GoFundMe. No amount is too small. Please, we need fund. This struggle is not about coming on social media and start lamenting, ranting like a mad dog. We need to put it in practice. Please, Ways to
donate to your cause.
Yeah, donate to my cause.
Go to www.morisc.org. This is morisc.org. And there's a donate button there to help our cause.
Same way, go to WGHC.org and then WHCFM.org. We also have a donate button. Look, let not the donate thing bother you. If it's $1, you give.
Exactly.
And if you're 100,000 people or 200,000 people, if you're $1, give. If you look, to whom much is given, much is required.
Amen.
Whatever you have, give to help these causes, because if we don't help ourselves, nobody's going to come and help us. You know what? The UN is doing their best, but it's not going anywhere. All right, tonight has been very wonderful, and I would like to end here by saying that if you live in the Will County and you're looking for an authentic African market for your ethnic produce and also to pay all your utility bills, as a one-stop shop place you want to check out is Abby's Market. It's at 101 Rodeo Road in Romeoville. Look for Abby's Market for your one-stop shop for your ethnic grocery produce and to pay all your utility bills in Will County. It has been wonderful coming your way. Next week, as I said earlier, the show is going to begin at 7 to 9 p.m. instead of 8 to 10. Okay, we are changing the time so we can accommodate everybody. We thank you so much. I'm leaving you with this. Mr. Chia said something. He said when the Israelites were in captivity, when the people of Israel were in captivity in Egypt, according to biblical report, the Egyptians used them to build their kingdom. But the key thing is, when the time came for them to leave Egypt, they left very rich.
Yes.
Because whatever they worked for, God made sure that they did not leave empty. Yes. So the struggle might not end today. We might not get results today. But let's keep fighting, because when God brings liberation, Amen. It comes with everything that you have toiled for, you will get it in 10,000 folds. Okay? So let's keep the conversation going. Do not lose. So part 2 of this conversation is going to happen. Join us next week, Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. for another wonderful conversation. It has been the Progressive Mind Show. Okay. Can
I say something, please? I just want to correct myself. You asked me the states that made up Biafran.
Okay.
So they corrected me. They say Abe, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, River, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Delta, and Bayelsa. So I have corrected
Bayelsa.
Yeah.
Like
so those are the states that made up Biafran. And thank you all so much. You guys have done.
We'll be coming for part 2. All right. God bless you. Remember, to whom much is given, much is required. This has been Alinko with the Progressive Mind Show right here at WGH 98.3 FM. Your voice, your music, your station. See you next week. God bless.
Play Biafran song for us now. Oh, the correct guy. Listen to this song. Yes. They want to listen to it. They've been asking for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please. Hey. Yes. Yeah. Hey.
I got an hour to drive out here.
Okay, so thank you. Nice to meet you. We have to meet again. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey. my phone.
It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you. No, you have to turn it this way. Yeah. Somewhere else.
Flip it around.
Oh, it's a nice song.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's my sister here.
That's Black Jesus.
That's my strong sister right here. The Biafra, we're going to take our place.
Yeah, so we are taking it. Biafra, Latago.
Good job, man. That's a strong woman, man. I respect her so much.
No, he's the Black Jesus himself.
Yes, the one and only Black Jesus in Chicago.
Because you know Jesus is black anyway.
That's right. Check it out. And support her.
Of course, we are heading there, the promised land.
That's right. You guys have to remember the code that the host gave you.
Oh yes.
When the Egyptians was controlling the Israelis, when they taking their land, they take it with gold. So take it by force. Yes. Behind everything.
Yeah, that's the boss. I know. Why are you guys going home so soon? Why are you guys going home so soon?
Time.
Oh, they charge you guys.
No. The station is 25, but do you want to come and take a spot?
Yeah, I need to come and take a spot. Biafrans, you see, they pay right here. So you guys need to donate money for this. Talk to them. I need.
Hey, all right, go.
Wait. Talk to them.
So this is your voice, your music, your station. It's a platform for us. By us, for us. We need her to come or have her own show. So, we gotta pay the lights, we gotta pay the transmitter.
You have to pay them, it's not for free.
It's not just Facebook. People are listening on the real transmitter. White people and Latino people, everybody's listening. You don't know who's listening that can hear our story and be of help. Right now we have Jesse White, all the political figures in Chicago coming to our station and they be hearing our story. And little by little we are adding it. So donate to her cause so we can give her a spot. She can have 6 hours if she wants to.
Just talk to you guys.
And just talk to you. And Facebook as well. But when we on a transmitter, on a communication outlet, it helps. So donate to her cause. Sad that we can't even help our own people. Yet we are here talking. Talk is cheap, action speaks louder. So let's talk, but let's put action to it. Let's back it up. We've been blessed to have a voice. The first ever African station by Africans. That's exactly. See, I think I'm a Biafra. So we've been able to create things.
Exactly.
So let's not stop. Donate to her cause. So she can have money to be able to come and have her own show. And it's coming very soon. She's a neighbor to us right here.
My office is right here.
We hear her constantly broadcasting every day. We hear her every day. That's why we say, hey, come on. And we have Ghanaians listening.
Everybody. All over the world.
Listening. Everybody. Caribbeans are listening. Our story needs to be told by us. Like Progressive Mindset. So
let's be progressive.
In our mind, in our mindset, everything.
So peace.
You see?
That's what it is, man.
And if I'm the one saying it, you guys will say, okay, don't come again.
Yeah.
Now you are hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Exactly.
So do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
So she can have her own time.
They are wonderful people. They gave me time to come here without charging me anything. But you know, at least they are paying light bills. They are paying where they are saying. I pay for my office. I know how much it is. It's not for free. So you guys, you know, you can see by now. Hey, hey, let me dance. I don't like this one. Where you get this one from? Biafra.
Put the Biafra.
The Biafra themselves.
Biafra war.
Yeah, Biafra. You know the one you played that day? That's the one. Yeah. This is, you know, share the video, tag to your friends, invite it to your friends, share it all over the world. You know, let people hear your voice. We are moving forward. We cannot stop here. I told you guys, whatever it takes that I will make this possible. I will do whatever it takes, you know, to make sure that we have this Biafra. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take. We will do whatever it takes. We will do whatever it takes to have our Biafra. Hey, this is the song. Then now you are coming. Hey.
Hey, the doctor's wife.
Your friends who like me, this guy. See how they eye me. I don't know what
I'm the African man, South African blood from my body. So you understand? My eye, they like tiger eye.
To like me.
That's a humble lie.
If you ain't gonna eye me, when I look at this girl, you know that I don't matter.
My mind's still pregnant already.
You know what I'm saying?
My mind pregnant. And I was
pregnant.
I know, right?
His mind
I am glad you can see my son.
Every time he sees me.
You see African woman.
I know now.
Yes, that's our sister, man. You guys have to support her cause, man. Not just Facebook, but we need the federal to know what is going on. The whole thing is that it's not just Facebook. Facebook is good, but you need the federal people to, you know, monitor it and see what is going on. Yes. Support this cause, man. That's right. The only black Jesus.
The light is affecting this. Yeah. It's okay, don't worry about it.
I think it's falling on.
No, I think it's the light. No, you cannot. I don't think they have anything. No, it's not the light.
It's not a light, right? Yeah.
Hey. I mean, yeah. She's my sister. Now the light. Biafra.
I don't say I'm in one.
Biafra. Okay. They are sleeping. I think it's in the morning. Hey, if it's in the morning, they will shut this place down.
I know. I told him.
If it's in the morning, they will shut this place down.
I told him.
Oh my God, they are sleeping right now. If it's in the morning, Jesus, you will not even pick up any call.
I know. Oh, I see.
Now they're
the numbers, yeah.
But we didn't pick up also.
I know. They're angry.
And not just that. And they keep on calling.
Biafra.
Red goes green, blue, phobia.
Biafra. Hey! I wish you guys understand what they are saying. Yeah, they are still calling. You will not sleep.
I want to avoid.
I know.
Oh, they keep on calling.
You don't know. These people. Okay, man. Hey. Hey. Mama, you be no no. No. Go and chill. Show don't finish. Make una know the call. Show don't finish. Mami here. Yeah, you mix. You don't finish, you mix. Oh, we're watching from Japan. Sorry, you guys missed. You're too late. Sorry, guys.
Like we have to promote. You have to promote. Yeah,
yeah, I'm really serious. I'm really serious.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I'm really, even they're gonna be calling me, telling me to do that.
Yeah.
Because I know they can afford it.
Yeah.
Their friends are rich.
Yeah.
These people are wealthy, but to bring out the money is the wahala. And
that's why we want you is because the way you are
and it's a campaign.
Yeah.
You listed this thing.
I know.
So you can best speak of it, and then you might not only speak of Biafra, but then you speak of matters in Nigeria as well.
That's going on.
And then, so I think, like you say, you represent the community better than anybody.
Yeah, I know.
And then
because it's in me. I'm born in life.
And then you can even speak your own language. You can speak your
own language and relate to them very well. Yeah.
With them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can speak.
Hey, you want Igbo? Are you from Igbo?
No, from Ghana.
Oh, I thought you were Igbo now.
They will start coming when you start speaking.
Oh yeah, you will attract more people. I mean it.
Okay.
This is to spread the news around and tell the world.
And then get to play your songs.
Oh yeah. Trust me.
So you haven't seen my eye.
You. This guy, you see this guy? He don't agree. The owner of this, the guy don't agree me. Every time the guy go to eye me.
Not be my fault too.
The guy.
Good things sell themselves.
The guy, he go look me down and say, this guy don't know say I don't marry.
Oh, he told me and I said, he told me, I said, hey, you sure?
He said, so what?
For taking him
the guy said what? He said what? He go marry Igbo lawyer. You see, the guy say he go marry Igbo lawyer.
For those watching, Biafra's lawyer Uche of Chicago has got a good book on Biafra, which is entitled Weapons of Personal Distraction.
Oh yeah.
We all understand the shams and the ravages you guys are going through.
Yeah.
But we'll support whatever.
Thank you so much. Yes, we will.
What you do is write a proposal for the radio.
I will.
And then just pass it on to me, and I'll
okay, I will. Definitely, we need that.
No, you need a channel.
I'm telling you, I saw JC White here. Yeah.
I'm telling you, so this is the time you have to get your.
I'm telling you, no, I'm really serious. If you
want to do
JC White is one of the guys. Okay, he's a secretary of state. This guy, I saw him here the other day. Man, we need to get our own platform here. I'm serious. This is serious.
We have Dorothy White here.
Dorothy White here. You see?
Obama Chambers.
He's coming here. Are you guys seeing it? What more do we want? I need you guys to support me in this. Please. What more do we want? What more do we need? Is it not to let our voice heard? We can't fold our hands. I told you guys, whatever it takes. Okay, I'm into this. I'm into this for good. It's not about talking, it's about action. What do you use and back it up? That's what counts.
Yep, action.
Action.
Yeah, thank you so much for...
Your boss knows they agree.
I know, right? I my sister got married no time.
Your boss knows they agree. The guy go, eye me. If I turn, instead they look me. I say, hey. All right, good night there. Okay. I will write the whole thing then. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, it's late. Oh, let me start going. Okay. Yeah. Good night. All right, thank you, honey. Ooh, Chiji Polanu. Abanya channel everywhere. Ooh. Anyway, my girlfriend would be my cat was today. I told you guys we will do whatever it takes to have our own Biafran land. We need to, get a medicine, and if you start spreading the news all over the world, more people would like to hear about Biafra. More people, and this thing, the radio station high is going viral. It's going viral everywhere. It's my dear. All we need is action. Action. I need your action. Action speak louder than voice. Action speak louder than voice. That I'm deceiving you guys. What is the purpose of doing this? What is the purpose of doing this? Is it not to achieve Biafra? Our purpose is just to achieve Biafra, no matter what it takes, or in all costs. All I need it. Nothing more, nothing less. Chidimba say, okay, start going. It's 11. No, my girlfriend, my car. So she will bring it. I don't even know when she's gonna, but she will pick me up anyway. No, I live very close to my office, so it's not far from here. So that shouldn't be a problem. In America, it's 24 hours, so... Chimande, wo Chineke Gozegi. You are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you for, being here for us, You guys has done noble as well. Or the easy. Hey, Doc, sorry, we couldn't pick up your calls, We couldn't pick up your call because of, I guess, the doctor, no, only mama, or give emergency. Money no give you from it. Oh, okay. Then Bikon, put on your hands. Can you wear our radio channel? So we will call in. Everybody get one chance to call in. Bikon that interested, call me and find out how much is going to cost. Can you let our voice heard? We need our own section. We need our at least 6 hours. I need discuss on here global all over the world. Una abaz lanket in Dibo. Una abaz lanket. I'm telling you. Thank you, Dawn. Vicky. Yeah, thank you. Chidubem, thank you. Yes, my husband is one of the best. I hope people think I'm just praising him. He's replicant. He's one of the best. He's a man that I respect so dearly. Him this opportunity now. Yeah, he's the reason why I can make question now. Why am I in this? Because he supported me. Because somehow what we are going through. Bikonu, all I ask is for you guys to put hands together. And you too, my second husband, the too fortunate. I don't not fortunate ashram gabangaga. Ay, okay them ma. Ibere chukum. Them ma. Okay the olamma. Okay, why little girl here? Oh dear. Saw him now, Bunu. It's not about coming on social media, ranting, doing this and doing that. You need action. I need the action to fight this. Imagine we had the whole Chicago, the whole United States, not even only Chicago. The whole world will be hearing our voice. Bikono, how much is it gonna cost for us to do this? You guys are not paying me. I didn't ask you guys to pay me. It's my time. Is that can you show a way to solve these problems? I didn't ask to pay me. I dedicated my time, my everything to be here. All the money I will take our own share there. At least I know 6 hours program. You know, I think I got the very, very important is all the very, very important because I'm no Melia, Malaysia, you guys can do better than that. Germany, Melia, London, US, Melia. Why can't we put hands together and do the right thing? Why can't we put our hands